Hey YouTube, how you doing? Right, some great news. New whip. Bit of a weapon. It is note proof, mega, and it's actually aluminium. The reason why it's in the stand is because I'm going to be giving Invisiframe a bit of a go, which is going to be a bit of a learning curve for me. I've never done it before, so hopefully you guys can learn along with me, and if I make any silly mistakes, it means you guys probably won't. Right then, so your stickers will come in a tube just like this. So quite well packaged. But in essence, let's just get these out of here. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get a list of instructions, which are quite detailed. And a list, I don't know whether you can see the shapes on there, but a shiny or a matte set of Invisiframe stickers. Other things you're going to need, which comes in a box, are some wipes, the squeegee itself, which is like soft plastic. I actually also got this, which I didn't realise, which is a fitting solution, so that's the concentrate. It does talk about on all the tutorials and things that you see on the internet that you'll need some Johnson's baby shampoo, which I actually had in the cupboard because I do have babies, or they're a bit older now, but I was expecting to use that. One thing that you don't get in the kit that you will need is a sprayer. So this is a litre one. Obviously you can see it's a muck off one. Don't worry, I've cleared it out. It seems to be nice clean water. Oh, and the other thing, sorry, that you get in there are some of these sort of thick paper towels, soft paper towels. Those are all the parts that I'm going to have to fit. I'm obviously in the house and not outside. It does actually say in the instructions, or I've heard, that it's probably best to do this in the warmth, so I'm hoping the application will be a little bit easier for that reason. So wish me luck. We'll see you in a bit. Right then, hard at work. The observant of you will notice it's now daylight, so it's the morning after the night before, and I've just actually fitted my very first piece of Invisiframe. I did it in a fairly inconspicuous area, and basically it laps over here, goes around here, and then underneath. I've had this weld to contend with, which I'll be honest, I didn't think. There's still some little bubbles there, and there's one on the top that I really want to get rid of. That has stuck down, and I think I'm just going to have to persevere with that one and get it smoothed out. But I started with this area because it's sort of unseen, and also I don't know whether that was a good thing because I've had this weld to contend with. I'm actually feeling that, and there is still water coming out of this here, so it does require some more sort of smoothing out. But you can see that weld there. The Invisiframe has gone into all the ridges on that weld there, so quite impressed actually. It does seem to be a product that you can sort of work quite well with. I will say that less is probably more with the spray in this sort of area. did have a very hard time in getting it to, it was just sliding around all over the place. And I think, of course, some of these problems just basically because of that. But I'm going to carry on anyway, gang. Second bit on, which is the sort of left chainstay, went on a treat actually, really easy. The bigger parts seem to be a bit easier. Still, again, got a bit of rubbing to do just around the edge here to make those seamless as possible. Got a tiny little speck of something in there, but other than that, seems to have gone on nicely. So another little tip, just before I pull the part off, I'll give it a bit of a spray with the spray. Moisten your fingers, peel it off, and then I have been spraying actually the underside, the sticky side of the sticker as well, just so I don't stick to it myself. Yeah, don't tell the wife, this is our sort of downstairs settee. Mum's word, alright? Hey guys, right, so it's now Sunday evening. I think I started filming this Saturday night. I've sort of had all day on and off on this. I've managed to do most of the rear, all of the rear stays actually. The seat post, and that's as far as I've got. Basically the rest of the frame is made up of one big one here and a big one that goes underneath and wraps around, I think. There are also 4 other parts, which are these ones. I'm actually not 100% sure where those go. So, oh, and I've got the head tube one to put on as well. But basically I've got these big ones here to do, so I thought I'd show you how I get these on and what I've been doing basically. I've sort of refined my workspace a little bit here. I've got a towel on the floor because when you're spraying with your sprayer you do tend to you need to put quite a lot of water on there, and it does obviously drip off, so you need something to catch that. One thing I've learned when I'm sort of laying these larger pieces up is you really do have to work it from the middle out. So with your squeegee, just sort of coming down the middle there and then working it out to the ends, because if you don't, you can get just water sitting in there, which you can't really see until you sort of get it in a different shade or a different light, and you can see sort of bubbles. Now, if you've sealed the edges of your sticker, if you like, want of a better word, it's very difficult then for that water, even when you're pressing it, squeegeeing it out, for it to escape. Also, if I just sort of dive into the welds there, I don't know whether you can see those, but that's got all Invisio frame over those welds. And I think, and to be honest, I think I've done quite a good job there. There's nowhere that I'm not sort of happy with. It all seems to have gone quite well. So far so good, touch wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through the setup and the layout of what I've been doing. Alright, so I'll just wet your fingers first, both hands, get that sticker, pull it up. There we go, nice and dry, wet. Make sure we've got the right end on the right end. So and that's the top tube. Yep, we've got the weld there. You can just position this. The beauty of this stuff I've also found is you can actually unpeel it if you need to. And what I've been doing is where you've got a bit of a difference in the weld, so there's a bit of a gap around there. What I've been trying to do is just split the difference, so you've got a similar sort of gap from the weld there to there. Beans is this is a top tube as well. Just going to take a bit of extra care because when you're riding you're going to be looking down at that quite a lot, so let's just take our time. What I said before is just work from the middle out. This is actually the biggest piece that I've done so far. You can see all the water coming out, which is great. Maybe you guys can see that as well. What's going on there? So you're just going to work your way out. Work around now. Looking out for any sort of bubbles where you can see them. There are a few in there. I don't actually know what would happen if you had some bubbles that were actually trapped. I don't know whether eventually they'd dry or what would happen, but I'm basically chasing that all the way out. You can see the water moving, and that one actually wanted to go all the way to the end. The secret is, guys, not to seal down these parts just before you got all of the water out, because if you seal the water in, I think you're in for a bit of a headache. I've also been using my hands quite a lot. The middle line of the larger parts I actually have a little cutout, so you can make sure always, and luckily with this frame, the hydroforming or whatever they use to form the bike, it actually has got a centre line down the middle of the tube, so you can sort of line those up. It's half the battle really, is lining them up and understanding and knowing where to go with them. Now you can see there's actually a little bit of a bend. I say that, yeah, it is in camera. There's a little bit of a bend, and obviously the sticker is flat, so it doesn't want to stick there, so it creates a bit of a gap. What you have to do is you just have to get rid of most of the water from under the surface and get some sort of adhesion to the frame. You can then start to pull and apply pressure. But it's a lengthy process, it's a bit boring, so I won't bore you with that, but once this has a contact, you can then just pull that down and smooth and put a bit of pressure. You do have to work it quite a lot sometimes. Can take 5 minutes for something to properly, well, 5 minutes is a bit of an exaggeration, a couple of minutes really for something to actually stick and to get there, but it's worth the effort in the end, because it just looks like a proper job. It looks amazing once you've spent that time and effort doing it. I mean, as you know, I opened this video by saying, you know, I started filming this yesterday evening. I put the first sticker on, I think, at about 10 o'clock this morning. My wife's actually run a half marathon today, so I've had both the kids here and I've been coming and going to it. So I haven't worked on it all day, but you know, it is a lengthy process. You need to put a lot of time aside, and I would suggest that potentially doing it in small bits is probably quite a good thing, because you don't get pissed off with it, and you know, you can take that care and attention. Now, don't get me wrong again, there's nothing more that I want to do. I've just discovered actually there's a little bit of a kink here, so what I'm going to do is wet my finger, pull the sticker off, there we go, wet it again, stick it down. This time I'm just going to hold this, the tape out, make sure that sits flat. It's a really good example of where, you know, it's never past the point of return. I think this tape has actually got a curing time, so it takes 24 hours for it to cure properly. Problem is, it's with the smaller stickers, sort of only really been working on one side of the bike. These larger ones, you've got to pay attention to both sides of the bike. Which, you know, it's all part of the learning curve, I suppose. So it's very important to use your hands with this as well, because you've seen how many times that I've been over that with a squeegee. But I'm still finding little pockets of water that need chasing out, and I'm only finding those because I'm feeling them with my hands. So guys, good news, I'm happy. The kit's complete. Bike looks pretty good. I'm sure you agree. I'll do some better videos than this, I think, for you when the sun's shining. But learning points for me were, you know, don't be afraid of it. You can stick it and unstick it. Just use lots of spray. Just persevere with it. Keep on working that water out, and you know, spread it and form it. You'd be amazed what this plastic stuff, these stickers, go around. I was actually amazed at how well it performed. It's a really good product to work with. I'd definitely buy it again, and I'd definitely do another install. You do need to set quite a long time. It's quite time consuming, and if I had to estimate, I would have said that that's taken me 3.5, maybe 4.5 hours. Very difficult for me to say. I've sort of been coming and going, doing a bit here and a bit there, which again, I would do it that way because as you can see, I'm sat down here on one of our kitchen chairs at the moment, and I've got the bike in the stand. It's back-breaking work actually, standing over and squeegeeing and readjusting, and be happy with it rather than keep on putting these big bits in. I mean, to be honest, I've just installed these two big bits, the head tube part. There was a couple of pieces that I'd missed earlier on. That's the most I've done in one stint, and I should say I've spent the best part of an hour and a half on those parts They were big bits. I did want to get them right, but I don't think you want to be spending that long in one go on it. I think you should just do a bit, come back, make sure that you've got lots of these rags you can clean down. I definitely would do it as a brand new bike. I haven't ridden this yet. It's been nowhere near the road, let alone off-road. And when I cleaned it, these wipes were dirty, so I think it makes your life easier if you've got a brand new bike, to be honest, to install this on. It wouldn't be impossible on an older bike, but it just would be easier on a new bike. So from me, Invisiframe, big thumbs up.